Hello, sweethearts. It's me, Carla. Grand Rising. I send you so much love and so many blessings with such intention. I'm going to talk today about protection and intention. I have recently had a psychic attack, and when it happened, I could feel it in the back of my head. And I've been working on cleansing and being in the highest state that I can be. And in doing so, it's brought me back to intention and being intentional. Because I thought, well, I protect myself. I do these things. I da 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 da. And sure, I do. But, I've taken plant baths and done things. But this morning, I was reminded yesterday about protection and cleansing and the importance of it. And although I know that, I think it can fall off. I think it can be at a certain level and then dip down. Like, it really hit me this morning because I've been thinking about intention and next level intention, being in the moment intentional about every act, every action, every thought, being very super hyper intentional, because I've been living with making intentions and things for several years now. It's been in my awareness, and it all started from working with the shamans and having an intention to go into ceremony. Well, then it spread out to having an intention for yoga, having an intention for the day, having an intention for certain offerings that I have. So instead of, people telling me about their intention, what is the intention? And I bring in the intentions for my sessions with people. So that I can be more aware of what I'm bringing in, and that I'm co-creating a world that I'm aware that I'm creating this. One, and two, is that what I want to be putting out there? Is this the world I want to be creating with my thoughts and intentions? So I think this all ties in, and it's very important. And this morning, I had a ceremony with my mouth. I washed it, I brushed it, and I was like, I'm brushing my mouth like I was going to the dentist, Very, very intentional. Where most mornings I'll get up and brush my teeth and scrape my tongue scraper. Copper one is very good for cleansing the tongue and the bacteria of the mouth. Anyway, that's Ayurvedic. A little kick off to the Ayurvedic practice. So I did those things, and I more came in. I thought, okay, I'm washing away, I'm releasing, I am cleansing what no longer serves, what I don't want to come from this space. I want to be in right relationship with my mouth, and I want what I say to be what I mean and come from a place of intention, of creation. And so it became this ceremony, and it is beautiful. It was beautiful. And I did it just a little while ago, so I'm still fresh with this beautiful experience. And this goes into the living life as a ceremony. Life is a ceremony, and how can we make it so? And I had talked to a client, and they talked to about, we have these going on, our daily business, and I talked about making the things that we do on a daily basis exciting. What is it? What are we doing, and how are we doing, and why are we doing it? And how can it be in gratitude? How can we be excited about doing it because it brings us joy, and it's something that we're doing this for something. What is that? And how can we be aware of those things and make it better and more intentional and joyful? So things like this. And so back to the protection. So I had this psychic attack, and that brought me to the intention. And so I realized that maybe I haven't been, no, not maybe, I have not been as intentional about my protection, about being aware of it, being aware that there are other energies that come into my field. And how do I protect myself from that? When I go to Peru, I went to Peru in 2015, 2017, and 2019. And each time I've gone to this crystal shop in Pisac, to a very profound and powerful healer named Utarunku. And he has a crystal shop. And I usually bring the people I bring to Peru there because it was done to me. My teacher, one of my teachers brought me there. And it's like an event. It's intentional. It's beautiful. And Utarunku, he will pick what is meant for you. So he'll check you out, and he'll say this one, and he'll tell you what it is. And the last time I was there, he gave me this, and he said, I forget what the stones are, but he said it's for protection and to connect me with the moon, which it very much did. And you can see it's sort of fraying and coming apart. And I think it's helpful to beef up security when we work. When I got this, I was at a certain level, and I've been expanding all along. And so it's time to level up, right? It's different energies help with different things. So I thought, oh my gosh, I want to go to Peru. I want to get another amulet, talisman to help me with my protection. I had that in mind. So the universe provides. It just so happens that a friend of mine who we don't talk every day. We've been in our, mutual company. We've been in company with other people and ourselves, and had events, probably a handful of times. But I don't know. I love this person. I love everyone, but I love this person. I connected with this person. Excuse me. I have an itchy eye. And I've connected with this person, and we think, we're fond of one another and have a mutual respect for one another. And she and her beloved are traveling the world, and they were in Italy. And so she sent me this. And what it is I thought, I didn't know. I forgot all about these things. And it's the Conecello. It's the Conecello, everyone. So the Conecello is, it's a little horn, and it's meant to ward off the evil eye. It's meant to ward off that which is lower energy and you want to be protected from. It's protection. So I wanted that, and the universe, she was in Italy. This came from Italy. And it feels so powerful because it's this dainty thing, but and this is where the quantum physics comes in, because if you think a thing, it's going to manifest. It's a thought form. It becomes reality. And so many people believe in this Conecello and what it does, that it creates the energy of it. So I have this protection. And, I showed it to my friend who's Italian, and she said, and so is my other friend who went to Italy. She's Italian. And she said, oh my gosh, she said, you have an Italian horn. She said, my grandmother used to make me wear it. And she said she put one in her car for protection and da-da-da-da-da. And cool, right? So it's that ingrained, that powerful because of how many people think it is. They've put those thought forms into the abilities, the workings of this, the mechanics of this are made up of people's thoughts of it. So I'm, it's wild that, this is what was guided to me. This is what showed up for me from the universe. So it's been in my awareness. So now when I go to the bathroom, I pull in energies into my center, and I say, allow the lower energies to go into my poop and my pee. And I do that. And I was on the toilet this morning and I was doing it. And I'm like, yeah, I do this all the time. I'm always finding ways to cleanse and da-da-da-da-da. But this morning it was different. I had this heightened awareness of what I was doing. And I said, aha. I said, this is what's missing. I become sort of complacent with it, where I'm like, okay, do this thing, da-da-da-da-da, and brush my teeth in the morning, and da-da-da, I'm done. And I'm not thinking about what I'm doing. I'm brushing my teeth like a robot. I'm pulling in the lower energies into my midline, and then putting it into my poop and my pee and letting it go. But I'm not being intentional about that. I'm not really being there for it. So I think there's a lot to be said in this. And so I'm really looking into the intentions, and not just saying it once and then doing it like a robot, having those intentions consistently and powerfully. There is a cleansing crystal called, or substance called Shungite, and this is a really good cleanser and protector of energies. And so I work with this. I sleep with it under my head sometimes. And so, I felt like, I got the psychic attack, and I feel like I have some lower energies in this space that I'm cleansing and working on protecting, more protection. So, but I thought, I do all these things, but I don't think I've had the intention when I first, when you first learn about a thing and you do it, it's like, or if you're going to do like a presentation, you're more intentional, or I am more intentional about it. And it's like I'm doing it for the first time. I remember when I was, I have a firearm, and I was going out into the wilderness by myself, and not by myself, but I wanted protection. And so I told my then beloved, I said, tell me about firearm safety as if I've never heard it. I'm a first-time person ever coming to, in connection with a firearm, talk to me like that. Like I've never had a firearm. So I could like really be intentional, because I wanted to be safe. I wanted others to be safe. I wanted to make sure that I had the awareness of that safety for myself and others. So I wanted like the most intentional thing, and that's what it was. So I think if I pull myself, I know if I pull myself back into being intentional and being like, this is the only moment that exists, this is the first moment, then these things, you know, I can tap more into the energy, I can be more protected. So this is Shungite. It's a cleanser. I mean, I have this at my front door. You know, I don't play when I didn't think I played when it came to protection. You know, I really want to be in, you know, really good space with protection. So I love this thing. I bought this in, where did it? Turkey. Yeah. So I said, give me the biggest one. I don't play when it comes to protection, or I didn't think I did. So yeah, I like to be in protection. So and you know, I don't think of things as so evil or da da da. It's lower energies, higher energies. This book is fantastic, Awakening, a Sufi experience. And so it talks about Luciferian light versus true illumination. So it says, it reads, Luciferian light that is clouded with shadows of self-egotism. So as many teachers before have proclaimed, there is an ongoing battle in the universe between the pure light of selfless dedication to the highest ideal and Luciferian light that is clouded with shadows of selfish egotism. What exactly is Luciferian light? It is a light that has become disconnected from its divine source. So I think that's a big thing. And I think as many of us are connecting to our divine light and the divine light, that more and more of this Luciferian light is becoming agitated, becoming, where do I exist? Where do I come? I think it's being transmuted so that the Luciferian light that exists is very intense and agitated and a little bit confused, like, how do I exist? What do I do? But it's being transmuted because it's not, it's a separator. There's, for example, to work with the R. Yes. So, in fact, before undertaking practices with light, it is important to recognize that there are moral issues surrounding enlightenment that must be confronted. Reactions such as greed, intolerance, impatience, resentment, anger, or cruelty block the process of deep transformation, locking us into our separateness. So if these shadows are present, a person may be able to attain a certain state of luminosity, but it will be Luciferian light that can be used for the wrong purposes, whether manipulation, intrigue, or personal gain. So, and that's what the person that gave me the psychic attack, so they're not sitting there thinking, I want to attack Carla. It's about their work. It's about their shadow work. It all comes down to their shadow work and what they're feeding. Which wolf are you feeding? You know, and so they are feeding the ego, with the Luciferian light. And so that light is agitated. So some of it, you know, the conversation was directed to me, the words were directed to me, and then the energy that the person was feeling, the feelings, the energy, it shot to me. And so yeah, that's what it is. So protection of this, especially energy healers, people who are in the healing arts, yoga, meditation, massage, all these things, you know, we're working with different energies, and those Luciferian light energies may come in and want to find a new home. And so, not today, Satan. Satan. Not today, Satan. No. So, cleansing, protection, big, big deal. So, there are cleansers and protectors like a good smudge with sage. There's Palo Santo, which has a beautiful smell. There is also, what is this other one? I want to say lemongrass. Is it lemongrass? It usually comes in a braid, but something like this. What else do I have? This is sacred tobacco mapacho. Beautiful, beautiful mapacho. Thank you, thank you, thank you, land. Thank you, people. Thank you, land. Thank you, people. Thank you, teachers of all walks. And this is, oh my gosh. This is a protector and a cleanser. And I have a little pipe here with a little froggy on it and an ayahuasca, piece of ayahuasca adorned. So I put the tobacco in here, smoke it up, and I use a feather. I work with a feather to cleanse around me and my body. And I give gratitude, thanks to all. I'm in gratitude, give alms to the teachers, alms to the land, alms to the farmers, the tobacco, how it came to me, all of it. So, so a tobacco cleanse is important, in my opinion, and one of the ways to cleanse. So, plant baths are really, really, really beautiful. Rosemary is one of the best and most attainable plants for people in the city. Like you can go to the supermarket and get a packet of rosemary intentionally. And I love creating plant baths. The intention that goes into the plant bath, pulling and being in gratitude, taking just what you need and putting it into the pot, boiling the water, boiling the plants for a time, and then diluting it with, you know, water, cold water, and then pouring it either naked outside on the land is the number one best way to cleanse like this, or you can do it in your bathtub or in a bathing suit outside, whatever works for you. But it's very, very good. It's very cleansing. It's very high vibrational. You're communing with the plants. I met someone that I was talking to about medicine and plant medicines yesterday, and she said she brings her plants sometimes in the bathroom with her, takes a bath, and talks to the plants while she's bathing and being in gratitude. And I think that is so beautiful. And look, this is what's coming. This is the light, not the Luciferian light. This is what's helping cleansing all those other things. So I want to say how important I think how important shadow work is to cleanse as well. So focusing on shadow work, acknowledging that there is shadow within and that it can be befriended and worked with. It's very, very important. And I love doing shadow work. And sometimes there are so many parts to this being in harmony. We've been out of harmony for so long, and there is so much that can take us out of harmony. And we've been in it for so long that it is a lot to change all of that and come into harmony and work with practice that bring us into harmony. So it is a lot of work, but I think, that's what a lot of light workers are charged with in this time, to do this work, to teach, to help, to support, and to to anchor it into the collective as well. And it's not easy, it's exhausting, and we're meant to do that so that we can have these other ways. And I'm sure people who have been working at this, and thank you for the people who, have back in the 80s have been doing this and, have really looked like wackadoodles to people who don't do these practices or don't understand them or know about them. Thank you to the holders of the medicine, the indigenous, thank you, the indigenous folk who have really held this down and preserved these practices. And I'm so grateful to all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love you and bless you. So I will leave it here. I've been meaning to talk about this, but I think the part about the intention came in super hardcore today, and it was worth waiting to incorporate that. And I I have my business, my entity, Time to Heal Us. We are in the business of helping people on their paths to ascension, to awakening, to reawakening, to remembering, to being their authentic selves. And the shadow work is part of it. And so I help people with that. And we dive deep into the depths of the underworld to look at the shadow and befriend it and embody it so that it can be released and transmuted. So if that's something that you're looking to get help with, connect with me and we'll see what we can do. I offer weekends. I offer I'm offering a shamanic journey to Peru in October 1 through 11. And that is, we're going to do a lot. We've been doing a lot of preparation work beforehand. I offer weekend retreats at my place, Ponterey, Everything Moves. I've been doing womb wisdom weekends with women only. I only holds for 4 people so that we can go deep within the weekend. And so I've been doing womb wisdom weekends, but in August I am doing a healing of generational healing weekend. So that's in August. I am the Peru, the weekends I offer sessions with people, hourly sessions where the energy comes through for people. The energy comes through. So it's an energy session. It's a coaching / therapy like, because I can't call myself a therapist, but therapy like session. I do sleep state work. I do timeline healing, and the timeline healing can be for a past life, this life. It can be targeted. I've been targeting people's cycles. Many people don't close the cycles of their trauma or anxiety, and so they leave it open because that last part is embodying the feeling of it. And a lot of people resist that feeling, so resist closing the cycle, and their ego is in agreement with this because it feels like death. It feels very bad. They're afraid of it most times. And so the ego comes in and says, yeah, don't do that. If you're afraid of it, I'm here to protect you. We've got this. But it's leaving that cycle open. It's not finishing the cycle. And there's energy that people are using to hold it open. And once it closes, people regain that energy and the thing is cleared and healed. Some people I've worked, done this timeline healing with, they feel it after. And some of them say, wow, I haven't thought about that in years. And they're like, how could you know that? And what I do is I go into the space-time continuum and I find a piece of the person's timeline that is out of harmony, and I reharmonize it by living it over. So it's as if I lived a piece of that person's life. And you thought I loved people before. I love everyone unconditionally. But when I get connected to somebody, like by living over that part that wasn't in harmony, I feel like I was them. I understand some intricacies about them that most people don't know, and I never judge it, and I'm always loving. So it's like, there's another part of it. I'm not going to number this because there are many parts, but that's another part which the person receives acceptance from me. Because if I can accept myself, because I live it, I feel like it's happening to me. I accept that. I accept it. I accept whatever you went through. I accept whatever you did. I accept it. So I accept it. I'm accepting the person. They feel the acceptance. That's healing. So, and it's magnificent. So there are different parts of this. And so I work with those things and other tools. There's so much in my toolbox, and there's so many people who are different. And I recommend a 30-minute, or whatever, up to 30-minute exploration session, because people are, have different needs. And sometimes I don't specialize in a certain thing, but I can point you in a way or give you support to get that that help, and we can rise together and heal together. So yeah, there it is. I hope I didn't leave anything out. I don't like making a video and then I think, oh, I forgot to say this. So I give a little pause, but I think that is a wrap. And I send you so much love and so many blessings with such intention. And don't forget to breathe. I love you. Ciao.